And it's like hotter than heck in here. It's getting there. I thought maybe it would stay cool, but it's not, because I don't have the air conditioner running in this room. So, yeah, it definitely does not help. So, we're going to have to switch to PC here in a little bit.
Susie called the police to report that her husband never showed for dinner. When Detective Smith arrives, he scans the room. He tells Susie she needs to follow him to the police station for questioning. Why?
Hold on.
The table was set, but there was only one plate there. You went hiking in the forest, but got lost on your way back. You're hungry and scan around for food, but you only find 3 types of mushrooms.
Not good.
The first has white gills and a ring on its stem. The second has a bold red cap on top. And the third has a spongy texture instead of gills and has been nibbled on by a deer. Which of these is safe to eat?
Well, give me a chance to do this here.
The first one is called springtime amanita, a dangerous mushroom species. The second is called the fly agaric, a poisonous mushroom species that will give you unpleasant hallucinations. Your best bet is the spongy one. It's known as a bolete. First, check for red or yellow pores and cut it to see if it turns blue. If not, you're free to eat it, and hopefully you won't turn blue. You got lost in a town and made it to the town's
mushrooms
castle
directly out of the yard, and they almost died.
A scary
so I don't
figure
think I would
tells
do
you
that.
you must spend the night in one of the rooms. If you make it through, you're free to go. One room's floor is hot lava. The other is filled with a pack of hungry wolves.
Why is it
One
like
has 36 venomous snakes.
the
And
spiders?
the other room is a tropical holiday resort.
Oh,
You don't know
well,
which room is the resort,
it's-
but you've got a clue. In the opposite world, you'd pick the room with the number 730.
7:30.
Where should you go? Room 730, room 37, room 307, or room 370?
I thought you said opposites. I don't know.
Room 37. In the opposite world, you'd be reading the number backward.
Where's the
You're
zero
stranded
at?
on a deserted island without any water other than seawater. The only thing around you is a cooking pan, matches, a cup, and a plastic sheet.
Oh, that's
How can you get fresh water?
I don't know. I can't get my glasses clean. I started this game like way too early. Here, hold on.
Add seawater in your cooking pan, boil it by lighting
I
the
already know it's
matches,
gonna be a
and
crazy
add the
answer
plastic
anyway.
sheet a few inches on top. Then collect the evaporated and distilled water in your cup and drink. A mean engineer took you to his lab to test your intelligence. You must pick one location in our galaxy, excluding the Earth, to survive for a week. Your oxygen tank will only last you 48 hours.
That's good.
Where would you go?
Huh? I do not know. I mean, it doesn't say anything.
All moons and planets in our solar system are uninhabitable. Your only option is the International Space Station. You were exploring caves in an archaeological site when, of course,
I wish I knew how to pause this game. Hold
suddenly,
on.
you come across 3 long tunnels.
Pause.
All of them lead to safety, but they're filled with traps, and you must remove your shoes to enter. The first tunnel has evenly laid out sharp nails of the same size. The second tunnel is filled with millions of scorpions.
I'm trying to get these glasses clean, but dang, man.
The third path has sharp knives
started this game so quick.
underground that pop into the surface when they sense movement.
Ah.
Which is the least painful path to go through?
Was painful? Scorpions.
The first one. Since the nails are evenly placed and are of the same size, the pressure will spread on the surface of your feet and the effects will be minimal.
Oh, I'll let you try that.
You make it to the
I
other side.
guarantee it's not going to feel good.
When you see a room filled with gold, a mysterious person shows up and tells you that he'll let you take some gold but can't lift the gate for you to get in. And there's a catch. You can't let the monster guarding the gold see you, and you can only enter once. The mystery man presents 3 pills to you. The red one makes you invisible
Should have took
and
the blue
capable
pill.
of walking through walls. The blue one turns you into a hamster, and the yellow turns you into a snake. Which of the 3 pills should you take?
We ain't gonna do anything with the hamster yet.
The blue one. To become a hamster, even invisible, the monster will see the gold floating out of the cave. The snake couldn't carry any gold.
Alright, I need to pause this. I just figured out how to do it. This frag is not cleaning my glasses. I'll be right back. Well, I guess we're going to stay in here for a little bit because somebody got one of them freaking snake firecrackers. The whole room smells like crap. So, that's awesome.
But the hamster can carry enough gold in its cheeks to double its head in size. You went to pick out a Christmas tree in mid-December when you're hit with a polar vortex and you escape into a cave. 3 tunnels open in front of you, but only one of them is safe. The first tunnel takes you to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The second takes you to the bottom of an active volcano. The third one takes you to a room with 13 bears. Which one of the 3 is safe?
The bears.
The third tunnel, of course. Since it's the middle of winter, bears would be hibernating. Jason came home for dinner.
See, this
His
is why
wife
you pick
greeted
like the
him and went
dumbest
upstairs to
possible
get
answer.
ready, but she never returned. Jason looked everywhere for her and called the police. When detectives came in, they questioned everyone in the house. Which person had the least convincing alibi? The butler said he was vacuuming the interior of his car.
Okay.
The chef said he was cooking dinner for the couple. And the cleaner said he was chopping veggies for the salad. Who do you think is lying?
The dude that has no even how to make a salad.
The cleaner. Chopping salad doesn't sound like it's in his job description, especially since the house has a chef.
That
A
is
group
true.
of friends is hanging out on the edge of a
Unfortunately,
cliff.
that's true.
The first one is digging for diamonds when there's hollow space beneath him. The second friend is blindfolded, walking on a wooden board and is ready to fall off the cliff.
What are they
The
doing
third
that
one
for?
is chasing a little forest animal without paying attention to what's going on around her. Okay, sing with me. One of these friends is dumber than the other, but who?
The one with a blindfold on.
The guy digging for diamonds might soon see that the hole he's digging leads to a cliff and he'll stop. The girl in the red shirt might realize that there's nothing in front of her when she puts her right leg forward. The least smart is the girl in the yellow shirt. She's not paying attention to her friend who's standing on the board and depends on her.
Okay, if she puts her
You
leg
woke up in an evil
foot
scientist's
forward,
lab.
she's gonna fall
His
off.
colleague wants to help you escape,
Come on.
but you must prove
Get your
you're
balance
worth
back.
it. He takes you to a room with a glass ceiling and shows you 3 doors.
Okay.
Behind the first door,
Here
there's
with the doors
molten lava.
again.
Behind the second,
Dun,
there's
dun, dun,
100
dun, dun, dun.
sprinklers that spray acid when they sense any movement.
Well, that's not
Behind the
good.
last door, a room with 50 mirrors and a sun-powered laser that can cut anything into little pieces.
Well,
Which
that's not
is
good
the
either.
safest door?
The first one.
The third one. Since you can see outside from the ceiling, wait until it gets dark and go through the sun-powered laser room.
Oh, you didn't say that. You said you have to go in right away.
In your town for your excellent survival skills. That's made you a target for the craziest scientist in the galaxy. He took you to his private island to test your skills one last time. He presents you with 3 paths, and you must walk on one barefoot to make it to the other side.
Barefoot? Yes,
the first one has broken glass. The second has burning coals. And the third has cactus spines. Which of the 3 is the safest?
I don't even want to know at this point.
The burning coals. Glass can cut many places on your feet, and cactus spines might cause an infection on your feet. The coals will burn your feet, but if you walk fast enough, the effects are less painful.
Well, you didn't say you could walk fast.
You're stranded in the desert, and in the distance, you see 3 separate paths. The first one leads to an unlimited supply of caviar. The second leads to a lemon tree filled with, guess what, lemons.
Well,
the
don't
third
get
one
that.
leads to a basket of strawberries and an unlimited water supply.
I think I want that one.
Which path do you follow?
First one. What would you pick the other ones? I have a feeling I don't want to know.
The second path. Caviar is delicious, but in the desert, it will dehydrate you. And strawberries with water will only temporarily help. But even if lemons are bitter, they have a ton of vitamin C, which is essential if you're stranded.
Have you ever ate a lemon?
There to provide the lemons, it means there's running water around.
Dude, that has like all this acid on it.
Was found unconscious outside his mansion on a Friday afternoon. He can't quite remember what happened, only that he got hit in the head with a shovel. The police questioned everyone in the house. His daughter said she came home from a lengthy brunch and wanted to go into her room and dance. His wife said she was getting ready to go to a feather auction and needed to get her checkbook. Really? The chef said he was getting fresh eggs to make delicious breakfast pancakes.
Why do all these people have a chef? What's a chef?
It's the chef. It's the afternoon, not the morning. But still for me, it might be the wife. I mean, who goes to a feather auction?
Probably you. Alright, well, I would say almost all of these people were not smart. He was not intelligent. He came up with this stuff, man.
Mike and Susie are both crossing the street while a car is approaching. Mike is walking and texting, while Susie is browsing through her phone while riding her bike.
Okay, they're both not smart.
One of them isn't smart, but who?
The one going across the street.
It's Susie. The car approaching is closer to her. Actually, Mike shouldn't be texting and walking either, but Sarah and Maria are spending the afternoon with their sons. Sarah took her boy to the swimming pool, and Maria is driving there with her son to meet them. Who should think twice about their actions?
The first one.
Maria.
The second.
Her son isn't wearing a seatbelt in the front seat, and if she brakes, he could get hurt. John and Lindsay are participating in an extreme selfie competition. John is posing with a large wave right behind him, while Lindsay is standing at the bottom of an erupting volcano. Can you guess who's in danger?
Both of them.
It's John. Lava flows slower than water, and Lindsay has enough time to run. Daisy and Claire are driving their cars to work. Daisy is distracted putting on lipstick, while Claire is trying to eat her noodles with a fork. Who's not smart here?
The one, well, I don't know.
Both of them, actually, but I'll give the edge to Claire. Forks are pointing, and she could be injured if she brakes suddenly. Jenna and Alice took their kids to the park. Jenna is on the phone while her son is playing with his toy truck, and Alice's kids are trying to build a snowman while she takes selfies. One of the moms isn't clever. Can you guess which?
Ice is more dangerous.
It's Alice. Her kids are too far away from, and there are cracks in the ice. Jenna
Well, he didn't
is
say
very close
anything
to her
about
son, and
cracks,
she
but I'm
can
going to
protect him.
guess so.
The Johnsons
This
and
guy
the
never
Smiths are
tells
spending
you
some quality
until
time
after.
at home. The Johnsons are busy watching a movie while their kid is near the cat food. The Smiths are doing some gardening while the baby is closer to earthworms. Which of the kids is in more danger?
Well, not the one with earthworms. Kids always eat bugs.
The Smiths' baby. Worms carry a lot of bacteria that can be transferred to humans. These two travelers are so tired, they fell asleep on the job. Sally fell asleep while driving a car, while Mark passed out while piloting an aircraft. Whose decision isn't smart?
Don't want to do an aircraft.
Sally's. When one
What?
pilot is asleep, the co-pilot can take over.
He didn't
But
say
sleeping
there
while
was a
behind the car
co-pilot.
wheel is a lot more dangerous. Philip
This is
and
the most cheating
Diane
game
went
ever, man.
swimming. Diane wants to practice becoming a surfer, while Philip just wants to chill in the lake. One of
There's
them
a
is
shark
making
in
a
there.
big mistake. Can you see it?
I'm looking. Oh, the one with the alligator, probably.
It's Philip. The sign says that the river is infested with alligators.
Well, that's the first time they
Diane
actually
can
showed
easily
me in
surf in large
time.
waves while there's a storm. Sean and Maggie went
Well,
for their
he
afternoon
surfs in
walk.
waves and during the
Maggie
storm
finished shopping
also.
and is
but
taking a shortcut through the forest while Sean went to the park for some fresh air.
Is he
They're
blind?
both approaching a broken bridge. Who will fall in?
What? Probably the blind guy. He doesn't know where he's at.
Maggie. Sean is holding a white cane, and he'll understand there's no ground a few inches away.
No, once
But
he gets to
Maggie
that
is
hole,
distracted and looking
cane
straight
goes
ahead
whoosh.
instead of at the ground.
this
George
game don't
and
make no
Mindy are
sense
both
sometimes.
walking through a construction site. Mindy is walking with her daughter, while George is alone. There's a hole
Uh-oh.
in the middle of the pavement, but it seems nobody has seen it. Which
Okay.
of the two is in danger?
Him. Even though he hit the wrong button.
George. The daughter is holding her mom's hand, and if she falls in, Mindy will pull her out.
I doubt
Lucas and
that.
Sam
How is
are
she going to pull her
participating
out?
in a selfie challenge.
How much does her mom weigh?
Lucas
Like 10
poses with
pounds?
someone who fell off of a boat in a stormy ocean. Sam is snapping photos of herself in front of a house on fire. Who
Oh, that's
isn't
always
acting
good.
smart?
Neither one of them. How else could blow? Oh, it was an elephant.
Lucas. He's the only one to help the person battling the waters, while in Sam's photo, the fire truck is already there.
I
Both
would-
Alice and Liam are spending time with their sons. Alice is ready to cross a very busy street to get to the park, while
Uh-oh.
Liam shows the moon and stars to his son.
And
One
he
of the
stand-
parents is making a big mistake.
He stands
you
on
see
the. He stands on the dill.
Liam. Alice is holding her son's hand.
Yeah.
Liam let his boy stand on the railings without holding him.
Plus, that alien came
Ashley
by.
and Mary were walking in the forest when they spotted some barriers. Each picked a different plant to feed on, but one of them didn't make a smart decision. Guess who?
I don't know. The red.
It's Ashley.
What's a
There's
dead
an
bird?
unconscious bird next to the plant.
We didn't
which
show dead
indicates
bird in
it's
time, man.
poisonous. The endangered plant seeds can be eaten. Lucy and Jack are both doing work on two different buildings. Lucy is sitting outside on the second floor, trying
Yeah.
to clean the window.
Oh, that's
Jack
not
is
smart.
climbing down an apartment complex.
But he has the rope.
Which of the two is less clever?
Her. Because he's just sitting on this windowsill.
Jack. Even if he's wearing a helmet, the height difference is enough to injure him.
He has a rope.
Joanna and Sissy are spending the day at home.
my
Joanna
God.
is doing her spring cleaning, while Sissy is trying to feed her son. Which of the two should rethink their actions?
Well, they're wearing a girl's clothes for one thing.
Sissy. There's no danger if the vacuum cleaner isn't plugged in, but it isn't a good idea to feed babies chunks of chicken with a knife and a fork.
Why is she vacuuming with no
Michael
plug?
is ready to break into a house that has a dog. Karen is putting the jacket on her daughter in the middle of the street. Who is in more danger?
It depends on the dog. That one has a dog driving the car.
Karen and her daughter. They're kneeling and don't see the car approaching, while Michael can spot if there's a dog in the yard or not.
I knew it was going to be something like that.
Jason went to the water park with his son. Jake is a firefighter and was called to put out a fire. Now, Jason is on the phone while a boy behind him struggles to stay on the surface of the pool. Jake is putting out a fire on a tree. Which of the two isn't bright?
That guy.
Jason. He's on the phone and can't hear the boy.
Boys are going to have
him.
my name on it.
Jake is putting out the fire on the tree to prevent it from spreading to the forest. Ruth is spending the evening with her grandson, and Adam went camping. Ruth spotted a cockroach and began spreading pesticides everywhere. Adam sprayed deodorant all over him next to a fire. Who is less intelligent?
Well, that's a matter of personal opinion. I think both of them are not the brightest.
Even though Jason sprayed something in a pressurized can next to a fire, he's still in an open space. But Ruth is with a baby in an enclosed house filled with harsh chemicals. Simon and Kyle are at the train station. Simon is sliding backward down the stair railings while taking selfies. Kyle is sitting on the platform with his legs extending over the train track.
Well,
Which
you're
of the
not
two
supposed to.
isn't
You're
sharp-witted?
not supposed to touch a subway track, anyways, because it's electrified. I'll go with him.
Kyle. Simon can see behind him with his phone,
Well,
and
I guess
even if he
not.
falls, he'll be safe. But Kyle is distracted on his phone and can't see the train coming. If he falls in the tracks, there won't be enough time for him to get out.
Oh, wait, did I get it right?
Dan and Josh are spending their Saturday evening at home. Dan went to cut some wood with a shovel, while Josh started a fire in the bathroom. One of them is making a huge mistake.
Oh,
Tell me who.
And why would you do
It's
that in the
Josh.
bathroom?
An indoor fire on carpet is not a good idea.
Well, maybe
Cutting
it's
wood
not
with
carpet.
a shovel may be impossible, but it's safe.
No, it's not.
Mary and Linda took their babies for a walk. Mary took her son to the beach, while Linda took her daughter to the park where it started to rain.
Yeah.
They both have umbrellas, but which mom isn't bright?
The one with the metal umbrella. I'm not seeing. I'm not
It's
seeing
Mary.
it.
Without protection, her son will get a painful sunburn. Susan and April are spending their weekends with their daughters. Susan took her daughter to the beach. A huge tornado is approaching, and she's taking selfies. April put her baby in a bathtub, and she's taking selfies without looking at her baby. Which mother isn't smart?
Well, you kind of have to. But this one has a tornado.
Susan. Her daughter is exposed to dangerous weather in the ocean, while April can reach and grab her daughter in case something happens.
Well, why would
Olivia
you
and
do
Barbara
that
are pregnant,
anyways?
and they want to have some fun before giving birth. Olivia went to have an acupuncture session, while Barbara went water
for
skiing.
porcupine?
Who should rethink their actions?
Don't know.
Barbara. Acupuncture is safe during pregnancy, while water skiing is dangerous. Mary and Richard are going on a riding trip, while their friend Charlie is riding alone. One of the two motorcyclists is making a huge mistake. Can
The
you
one
see
covering the eyes. That's not where you're supposed to put your hands that way.
It's
right?
Richard. It's more dangerous to ride with your eyes closed than without a helmet.
Really?
Valerie and Nicole must cut down some tree branches. They both climbed on the same branch and started sawing the wood.
Well,
One
the
of
one
them
on the
isn't
right
making an
side.
intelligent decision. Who?
The one next to the dragon. Plus the one on the right side.
It's Valerie. She's cutting the part of the branch they're sitting on, while Nicole is sawing the outside
branch. Well,
branch.
they're both going to fall off. I mean, we actually got a pretty good score this time, even though these answers are like insane, but you know. Alright, we're going to continue. I kind of like this one more than the one I was on because that puzzle was super hard, and these are like they don't make any sense, but
okay, here's the scene. You were hiking with some friends in the woods when you lagged behind the group and got lost. Do you have what it takes to survive all alone?
Let me guess, for zombies?
Right, add a point, and see your results at the end.
One.
You're making your way through the forest thicket and come across 2 bear cubs. Ah, cute. You remember the granola in your pocket. What do? Give it to the cubs and play with them? Keep calm and slowly, but immediately sneak away? Walk away calmly? Phew, I'm running as fast as possible from the bears.
Okay, we know not to run.
You have only 7 seconds to decide.
No, because if we run, we get killed.
Get out of there, but slowly and calmly. If you've crossed paths with some cubs, Mama Bear is probably nearby. If you run,
you didn't
you'll
really say
likely
anything
draw her
about that
attention,
either, but...
and she'll try to protect her babies, even if you had no bad intentions. You quietly leave the cubs behind, but that's when you hear branches crunching behind you. You turn around, and there's Mama Bear standing up on her hind legs, roaring at you with all her grisly might. Your next move?
Yeah.
I can outrun this big, clumsy animal. Climb up to the nearest tree and wait until the bear leaves. Lie down in the fetal position on the ground and don't move.
No,
7
we tried
seconds.
that one
Hurry.
time. Tree. Yeah, I tried that one time and it didn't work.
Lie down, curl up to protect yourself, and don't move if it's a grizzly. Hopefully, it'll realize you're nothing to fear and just walk away. Don't get up right away, though. A bear may watch you for a long time to make sure you're not alive. Only then can you get up and go change your pants.
What?
Great, the bear is gone. You go further into the forest.
It's
getting hot and
you're
thirsty. You see 3 water sources ahead. Vines and plants, a clear still lake, a stream. Which one will you choose to drink from?
Stream, because that one's poisonous. That's what we said last time.
Like cacti, you have to be careful when extracting water from vines and plants.
We're getting better at this, even though
standing water is also a no-go because it can be dirty. Your safest bet is the stream.
Oh, what happens if you get in the stream and you get sucked into it?
Time to make a fire. You've collected dry branches, brushwood, and birch bark. What do you do next to make a fire? Put it all in a pile, throw some gasoline on it, and light it up. Form the branches in a little triangle. Put the birch bark inside and light it.
That's good.
Who needs all that? You can just light a nearby bush on fire.
No, that's not smart. Catch everything on fire.
Never make a campfire with gasoline. The gas will burn out too quickly, and the fumes aren't good for you. And don't light nearby plants on fire. They're probably too wet to catch, and the flames can get out of control.
I thought you said it would be simple,
method for a safe, long-lasting fire.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
Got your fire, now dinner. After 15 minutes of searching, you found something, but not all this food can be eaten.
No.
What will you choose for dinner?
Okay.
Purple and red ripe berries. Ooh, they look delicious.
No, they're not.
Pine bark, not quite as mouth-watering.
That looks
White
like
mushrooms. Your 7 seconds start now.
They're not showing what colors on the mushrooms. I'm not eating that pine bark because that's not going to come out good.
You shouldn't eat berries or mushrooms if you don't know exactly what kind they are. So yes, the best choice here is the pine bark. Just don't forget to cook it over the fire.
You can eat that.
It's completely dark,
see what happens
and you could really use some shut-eye. Out of nowhere, you hear someone call your name. You're so taken aback that you run away from this place. There are 3 paths ahead.
Yeah,
the first is covered in hot coals. The second is strewn with rusty nails.
Okay.
Broken glass lies on the third.
Okay, glass
is bad.
What will
you choose? Yeah, I know. We're leaving the path of reality here, but hey, just play along.
The first one, because you said if I run across it fast. Dude, if this is not right this time, I'm not gonna believe you no more. Because you can run fast.
Go with the hot coals. Your feet won't be on them for too long if you're running. The path takes you out of the woods. You find yourself standing in front of an abandoned castle. Yep, it's full-blown fantasy now. You run inside. There's no power,
fantasy.
But you can
running
still
over
see
hot
3
coals and
rooms
not
in front of
burn
you.
yourself up.
The first one is crawling with venomous snakes and spiders. A pit with sharp spears at the bottom awaits you in the second.
So which one's going to be the most painful
Open
again?
wires hang all over the third room.
The wires.
Only one leads to safety.
Because the power might go off. And,
you have only 7 seconds to decide.
7 seconds? I got it. That's too long.
Choose the third room. There's no electricity in the castle, remember? The wires won't shock you.
No, I don't remember, because you never
escape from the strange
tell me
castle
that every
and
time.
meet 3 hybrid creatures in front of you. The first has a rhino head on top of a hornet's
like
body.
Something from Spider-Man.
The second has the body of an alligator and the head of a slow loris. The third has the body of an anteater and the head of a warthog. There's no escape, and you have to fight one of them. So which creature do you think you have the best odds winning against?
I don't even want to know. Probably this one here, because the face is the problem.
The warthog head can still get you with its tusks, and the alligator body can knock you out with its tail. But a hornet big enough to fit a rhino's head wouldn't be able to survive, because there's not enough oxygen. Hence, why insects stay small. But stop. Hybrid creatures? You wake up near the coals of your campfire. It was a dream. You hear a river flowing nearby, but you don't have a map and still don't know where to go. How can you find civilization? Go in a straight line until you arrive somewhere.
No.
Go along the river. Go in the direction of which side moss grows on the trees, north. 7 seconds, tick-tock.
Is that a compass? Then it would be the compass. Don't tell me this is not right. Oh, jeez.
You're best sticking to the river. They usually have settlements on them.
Why did you show a compass?
Going in a straight line can get you nowhere or making circles. And moss doesn't always grow on the north side of a tree, just usually.
Just usually.
You're not paying attention as you walk downstream with the river.
Well, my guy's legs look like they're made out of rubber at this point. Oh no.
You can do one of 3 things to save yourself.
What
will it be? Use your mouth to extract the venom. Tie a tourniquet around your leg to prevent the venom from spreading. Stay calm and put your leg in a loose splint to restrict movement.
Tourniquet.
Your vision is blurring. Hurry, you only have 5 seconds.
You get 5 seconds on this one? Well, what did you get less time this time?
Never try the mouth trick, and don't ever use a tourniquet for a snake bite.
I thought you said that last.
It's best not to move the affected limb and keep it below your heart level. Remove any clothing around the area before it swells up.
I'm not going to have any heart level when...
Fortunately, your friends find you just in time. They take you to the doctor, and you're given 2 tablets with an antidote and 2 with a catalyst that helps the antidote work better. You need to take 1 tablet with the antidote and 1 with the catalyst at the same time. Then take the other 2 in 12 hours.
I know, but you're not...
You put all the tablets in your pocket, and sure enough, they got mixed up. You can't take all 4 together, or 2 catalysts, or 2 antidotes at the same time.
What did you put in your
pockets? You have 7 seconds to figure it out.
It's just when you say, close your eyes and grind them. Grind them together. Probably should want to see the doctor, actually.
Grind all the tablets up, mix all the powder together, and divide it in 2. Each half will have the same amount of catalyst and antidote.
Well, for once, it actually made halfway sense. We got 6 out of 11 that time. Well, we're not getting better, and we're not getting worse. We almost got killed by a snake, but... Alright, this one looks like it's not going to be simple. 4 out of 5 can't see a C.
Number 1. In this picture, you can see 15 pencils, all different colors and shades. These pictures look the same, but it's not so simple. There's one difference between these two images. Your task is to find it. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock, and go.
I think the purple one's different. It's a knot.
Did you already find this one small distinction? Look carefully. 10 more seconds left.
This one.
And your time's up. On the second picture, the sixth light blue pencil is actually shorter than the one on the first picture. Well, it wasn't that hard, right? Let's move right along. Number 2.
It kind of was.
Here are another 2 pictures you have to find a difference in. Prepare yourself because it's not as simple as it may seem. Are you ready to test
after
your
the
abilities
last one
once
I
again? Let's start.
No. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. The little toe.
Take your time and look closely at every small detail in this picture.
No, it's a little toe,
man. It may
man.
seem like they are smaller, but it's not true. 5, 4. So, do you have an answer? If you look closer, the lizard on the second picture has an extra finger on its foot. Did you get it right?
I did.
There are a couple more tasks that wait for you ahead.
That's what I was afraid of.
Number 3. Here we have 2 pictures of a bunch of pears. They look almost completely the same, but have one small distinction. Your task is to find it. Go.
Okay. It's like... Oh. What's something I got? Yes, not good.
Which one of these details doesn't match? Have you already found the right answer?
No, I don't see it.
Your time's up. Let's see if you were right. If you saw that in the first picture, the red patch on one of the pears was missing, then boom! Good job! You were completely right.
That little thing?
How are you doing so far? Let's make it a little more challenging, shall we?
No, not more challenging.
Number 4.
No. Heck with that.
Look at the 2 pictures of this beautiful parrot. As you already guessed, they are not identical. You know what to do, and your time starts now.
Okay. The has less hairs. Around the eye. Is that good?
Don't rush and look at every detail. Maybe
No, I'm looking
maybe
at
something
it.
else
It
doesn't quite look
looks
right.
like somebody took like an eraser and got rid of it. It better be right.
Time's up. Let's see what's going on. On the second picture, the small black feathers near the parrot's eye have magically disappeared. So it wasn't actually a beak, but I'm sure you still guessed it. Let's see what's next.
Oh, you gave that to me?
Number 5.
Okay. I thought it was like, you didn't get it all the way.
Again, here we have 2 pictures of a small fox. There is just one difference between these pictures, and you have to find it in 30 seconds. Let's set the clock. Go.
This is gonna be like some little tiny thing. Right.
What in these 2 pictures bothers you? What is wrong in one of them? Take your time.
Because I don't like small foxes or something. I don't know.
Now let's find out whether you answered correctly.
No, I did
On
not.
the second picture, the fox has larger eyes. If you pass this picture, you could confidently say that you are, in fact, highly attentive. But are you one of the most attentive ones?
I did kind of click on that
Our
spot.
next tasks.
What,
Number
I got
6.
that?
There are two pictures of this fish that you can see here, and they are different.
Oh, yeah,
Test your
there's
skills
two
with
pictures.
this task.
Yeah,
Here are your
yeah,
30
see
seconds.
That. The eye color is wrong.
Let's see the answer. The fish's eye color is different. In the second picture, the
Well,
fish's
why didn't
eyes
you
are
give me
completely
easier ones
purple
like that
without
one,
a
man?
little yellow circle, like in the first.
Good.
How much time did it take for you to crack this task? You're doing great so far.
Like 1 second. Because there was a simple one.
Number 7.
They give me these ones where you got this little tiny
Peacocks are
dot that's
beautiful
different.
animals, right? I don't know about you, but I find them fascinating. Anyway, let's look at the two pictures of a peacock. One of them differs from the other. Like before, you have 30 seconds to find this distinction.
It's going to be one of these blue dots? There's no way. Oh. Yeah, we're never going to get this one, man. There's a dot. There's a bunch of...
Your time is almost up.
I see that.
10 more seconds.
Too much of blue dots. There's like one missing or something, because man, that's gonna suck. I'm just gonna randomly pick something.
On the second picture, one more feather in the peacock's tail is missing. Did you notice it? Right here. If you got it wrong, don't worry. We have several more tasks for you to try to crack.
How the heck would I see that?
Number 8.
Blurry.
Take a look at these two photos of a beautiful landscape.
Yeah, I swear I've seen this before.
As you already guessed, take your time and look closely for the correct answer.
Okay. Find an answer. It could be in the water. You're gonna get me on this one also. There's too many small windows. Need a higher resolution picture.
Almost running out.
I'm just saying.
Answer. In the second picture, this building right here, the one on the right with the black roof, is light blue, while in the first picture, it's beige, just like all the other houses on the right and left sides of the picture.
Dude.
Well, that was challenging, right? Time to move along.
No, they both look the exact same.
Number 9. Other pictures you have to analyze are these two pictures of many beautiful and shiny small balls. Do you think you will be able to find a difference in 30 seconds? Let's see.
I don't know if I can find small balls. Is it going to be blurry?
20 more seconds.
I know, but... Dang, man. Because you got all these different focus patterns that are...
10 more seconds to go.
Click something.
And the time's up. Answer. In the second picture, this little ball, the one that's a bit right of the center, has a different color stripe. As you can see in the first picture, the stripe is blue, but on the second, it's light green.
That's evil, man. That's evil.
Number 10. Next up, we have this strange image. Your task here will be a little bit different. You have to find something that doesn't match with the rest of the picture. Pay close attention to the details and try to find what is off in this image. Your time starts now.
What? There's something different with all these circles? There's no way. Come on, man. The pluses? I'm gonna go with the plus, because man, everything looks the same.
Couple more seconds.
I had no choice but pick that.
And that's it. Let's see if you were right.
No.
Look, it's right there.
Yeah, I see it now. When you point it out. I kind of like that one, except it was like next to impossible.
Number 1. Find the words. At first glance, this is an ordinary scene you can observe at any public swimming pool. But there's a lot more to it than you think. In this picture, there are 4 hidden words. Are you fast and attentive enough to find all these words in 10 seconds?
I knew these words. guess not.
Hopefully, you've had enough time to spot the hidden words.
No.
Happy, pool, summer, and water. Which ones did you find? Let us know in the comments. Number 2.
Little tiny words
math.
like that? There's like no way.
Let's check how well you can crunch numbers in your head. You ready?
Oh.
Add 1,000 to 40. Then add
1,040.
1,000 again and add 30.
2040, 2070.
Add 1,000 more, then add 20.
3,000.
And finally,
90.
add another 1,000 and then add 10.
3,000, 4,000. 100. Actually, I think we got it wrong. That's probably the other one.
If the first answer that came to your mind was 5,000, that's wrong. In fact, the correct answer is 4,100. The numbers might seem easy enough, but this riddle tests your attention to detail. Check it out. We have 1,000 4 times.
So it wasn't
that's 4,000.
5,000.
And 4,000 plus 40 plus 30 plus 20 plus 10 equals 4,100.
Okay.
Number 3. Fish escape.
Trick me there.
Mark is a big fan of aquarium fish. When he left for work in the morning, there were 10 fish in his tank. However, when he came back home in the evening, he found that 3 of his fish had swum away, 4 had died, and 1 had drowned.
No, we're not.
Bad day in the tank, huh? So, how many fish are still in the aquarium? Hopefully, 10 seconds will be enough for you to do the calculations.
What kind of fish?
Guess what? All 10 fish are still in the bowl, since they can't get out of an enclosed tank.
You are so full of crap, dude.
Number 4. Bird's eye view. Look carefully at this colorful pyramid. Pretty, isn't it? And now, look at it from above. You need to act fast and use your 10 seconds to understand which of these top views, A, B, C, or D, corresponds with the original pyramid.
None of them.
The correct answer is C. This is the only view from the top where the colors match those of the pyramid. Whew, that was confusing. Number 5. What's wrong? Can you figure out what's wrong in this picture? Once again, pay attention to the tiniest details.
Huh?
Tick-tock, your time has started.
What's wrong with it? The trees look like crap. Isn't that the answer?
The odd one out in this image is the parrot. How did it get there? These tropical birds aren't particularly known for their love of winter. Number 6. Stolen cookies.
Love of winter.
One day, John, a father of 4, went for a walk in the evening. But he wasn't out to get some fresh air. He was planning to snack on some peanut butter cookies. He couldn't do it at home since his wife has a really bad peanut allergy, and his kids were grounded and not supposed to eat sweets for a week. However, when John opened the bag, it was empty. The cookies were gone. When John got home, he invited all the kids to the living room and asked who'd eaten the cookies. Christopher, the youngest, said that he had been playing with his toy train.
Oh, God.
Robert answered that he had been helping his mom
It's
make a pie in the kitchen.
Letter.
Lisa mentioned that she had been in the kitchen as well. She was helping Mom make peanut butter
Well, everybody
fudge.
was in the kitchen.
The oldest child, David, said that he had been upstairs doing his homework. Good old Dad knew instantly who the cookie thief was. Can you figure it out in only 10 seconds?
Yeah, David doing his homework. He don't do homework.
Lisa ate the cookies. Since John's wife is extremely allergic to peanuts, it's highly unlikely that she'd be making peanut butter fudge with their daughter. Number 7. A lost emoji. Now, look at this image carefully. Whoa, there's a lot going on here. But can you spot one tiny emoji in this picture? Remember, you can always hit that pause button if you need more time.
Emoji. A bee. Ah, wait.
Ah, there it is. I thought I'd never find it. Number 8. Tragedy at a restaurant. Successful businessman William was killed at the restaurant where he was having lunch. The criminal could only be another patron of the place. When the police arrived, they took all the other guests in for questioning. Karen told the detectives she'd been writing a new chapter in her book. Paul said that he'd been waiting in line to go to the bathroom.
Is that the guy got killed?
Donna had been putting on her coat after she paid for her meal. Robert had been chatting on the phone with his girlfriend.
Okay.
It didn't take the detectives long to figure out who the murderer was. Can you do the same in 10 seconds?
I'm looking. Paul.
The culprit is Paul. Besides Paul and the victim,
there
were only 3 other people in the restaurant, and they were all busy. Therefore, there couldn't have been any line to the bathroom. Number 9.
It could have been.
Murder at midnight. Susan had been renting an apartment with her friend Linda for more than 3 years. One day, she came home from work late. She didn't see anybody in the apartment. She was so exhausted that she made herself dinner and went to her room to watch TV.
Yes.
However, at about 12 a.m., Susan was killed. When the police arrived, they had 3 suspects to question. Susan's roommate, Linda, her friend, Kara, and her boyfriend, Matthew. Linda told the officer she'd taken some sleeping pills and was sleeping all day long. Kara explained that she'd dropped in to visit Susan shortly before 12 a.m., and her friend was fine, just a bit tired. And Matthew said that he was the one who found Susan when he came to see her at 2 a.m. after he'd finished his shift at work. Can you figure out who the criminal is in 10 seconds?
The top one. That's about this. She's a goner.
The murderer is Linda. She mentioned that after taking her sleeping pills, she slept the whole day. But by midnight, she would have already woken up. Number 10. Who's Pup? Can you figure out who this dog belongs to just by looking at this picture? A little hint. Pay attention to all the details. You never know what can help you.
Nothing. The guy has blue on.
Have you come to the conclusion that the dog's owner is the boy in the middle? If
No.
so, then you got it. He's the only one who's not trying to pet the dog out of curiosity.
What?
Number 11.
All
Find
of
the
them were
murderer.
trying to pet the dog.
A young man was stabbed in the bathroom of a famous restaurant.
Oh,
Boy,
a famous
was this
one.
the same restaurant where the other dude was killed? I think I'd rather order takeout. Well, it's obvious that the murderer is someone who was also dining at the restaurant. Concentrate on the picture and find the
Well,
offender.
yeah, usually when
Be
you
quick.
go to a
Remember
restaurant,
that you're pressed for
and
time.
dine at it. Huh? Oh, press pause button? Young man was stabbed in restaurants. Nobody looks like a young man. Number 3.
The murderer is the man at table number 4. His shirt looks ripped, as if there were a struggle. But most importantly, he's trying to eat a steak without a knife because it's missing. He must have used it to stab the victim.
Dude.
And number 12, a creepy well.
There was no...
Richard was returning home after a long day at work.
There was no
He
rip.
was walking through the park when somebody hit him on the head from behind.
Oh,
He
no.
woke up in a well. Luckily, there wasn't too much water in it, but as soon as Richard tried
It
to
looks
climb
like
out
there's
of the
no
well,
water in it.
he realized that the walls were too slippery. He then noticed a rope with a bucket tied to it. The bucket was hanging pretty low, but try as he might, poor Richard couldn't reach it.
Well, then he's
However,
a dick.
after giving this problem some thought, he found the solution. Just 15 minutes later, he was out and running to safety.
Let me
Can
guess
you
how
deduce how Richard escaped?
All I know is I'm not named for Richard. He made a lasso out of his clothes. He didn't bounce through the...
He took off his shoes and, one by one, threw them into the bucket. The added weight brought the bucket down, and Richard managed to escape.
There's no way in the world that
happened.
happened.
He was able to add one more thing to his bucket list. Find out who the jerk was that pushed him down the well.
Jerk that pushed him down the well. Alright. Well, that was cool. Wow, that was amazing. Alright, I guess we'll do one more and... yeah, because, yeah, it's getting up there. And plus, I'm gonna go cool off. Yeah. How many zombies? Yeah, I don't know how many of these we got left. I do like this game, though. It's dumb, but it's dumb. I don't know. A lot of the answers don't really make any sense.
A helicopter leaves you on the shore. Your mission, get to the other side of the island where a lifeboat will arrive for you. Seems easy enough on an island this small, but here's the catch. A few people and a lot of supernatural monsters are the only inhabitants of this island. You see 3 roads with signs near each of them. The first leads to vampires. The second road takes you to zombies. The third one leads to alligators. Which road do you choose? You have 10 seconds to decide.
Probably the vampires, because otherwise we don't really have anything to kill.
Choose the road to alligators. As I said, only people and monsters live on the island. No real-world creatures here. You take the third road and end up in a huge meadow. The scorching sun is beating down on you, and you want to find some shade. Fortunately, you see 2 houses ahead. The first looks very old and decrepit. The windows are broken, it's missing most of its shutters, and it looks like the whole thing could collapse at any minute.
Well, let's go in that one.
The second house looks brand new, sturdy and clean.
No.
But you notice it doesn't have any windows at all.
I'm not falling for that.
Where will you go? 10 seconds on the clock.
I'm going in the one that's going to fall over. Because I know that's what it's going to be. If it's not, then, well, probably should have went the other one.
On this strange island, the second house without windows is a sure sign that the inhabitant is afraid of sunlight. You don't want to land in the trap of vampires. You choose the first house.
Yes.
You find yourself in a large room.
I thought it was say
everything's
we can
covered
go to
in cobwebs.
vampires.
A thick layer of dust coats the furniture, and the floor is creaky. You find a can on a table. All it says is antidote. You're sure this could be useful, so you put it in your pocket. You also find a bunch of keys and go to the far end of the room. There are 3 doors before you. Hey, there's always 3. The first door has several locks on it, but the keys you found will open them.
Locks? Like
the second door clearly says
like...
werewolf inside. There are no signs on the third door, and it looks inviting, clean, and cobweb-free.
Which means it's not going to be.
Your 10 seconds start now.
I don't know, stupid door with all the locks on it.
The locks on the first door mean there must be someone or something kept inside that shouldn't be let out. Better not open it. If the third door has no webs or dust on it, then someone must use it regularly. It's likely the werewolf lives there. So you choose the second door.
No, I do not.
Eventually come to a mountain. You climb to the top and enjoy the view of a beautiful sunset. To move on, you need to cross one of the 2 bridges.
No,
Strangers are standing at the other end of each one. You're sure one of them is a werewolf. But who is it?
No,
how can
really.
you tell? Uh-oh, looks like those zombies caught your scent. Hurry, you only have 7 seconds.
Throw him a stick. No way for the moon. Oh crap, we should have done that.
You've watched the sunset, which means it'll get dark soon. Tonight is a full moon, so you'll be able to see which of these people will turn into a werewolf.
Gift up.
To another room. You see a huge table with a buffet of food. Fried chicken, French fries, pizza, vegetables, fruit, soda, mouth-watering desserts, and pastries. 8 people are sitting at the table. You've worked up quite an appetite by now and consider having a bite. But intuition tells you something is wrong here.
Intuition.
You realize these are all vampires. But how did you know? You better decide in 5 seconds.
Because one of them had teeth. The food is untouched.
Why is all the food on the table untouched? Does anyone in this room really want to eat? Oh, they definitely want to dine, but not on ordinary food.
No.
They want your blood. Hurry, run.
This guy's just killing me here.
You book it out of there, but the vampires pursue you. To be saved, you need to choose one of 3 rooms along the way. There's a huge fire in the first room. A pit with sharp spears at the bottom awaits you in the second. The third room is filled with poisonous gas. Which one will you choose?
Fire.
Hurry, they'll be here in 5 seconds.
Well, vampires don't like fire.
The correct answer is the room with the gas. If you breathe in the poisonous stuff, the vampires won't drink your toxic blood. But how will you save yourself? Oh, that's right. Earlier, you found an antidote. You drink it, fully recover, and leave the mansion.
Right.
You go through the jungle and finally find the shore.
Okay.
Perfect. You've reached your goal.
We always make it so
That's when your joy
is
cut short by the sight of 3 people flailing out in the water. Help! We can't swim. You're about to dive into the water to save them, but your intuition tells you something's fishy here. 2 of them are sea monsters trying to lure you into a trap. But which ones? You have only 5 seconds to save the real person.
I ain't saving anybody, man. No.
One of them has webbed fingers, and that one's gills are visible. But that guy over there still needs your help, so you save him and head back to the shore. You make a fire to keep warm. That's when a bright beam of light shines on you from the sky.
All right, now
it's the helicopter here to pick you up after the test. Hooray! It throws a rope ladder down. You start to approach it, but then you realize something's not right.
Well,
do you climb up or do you trust your instincts? You better decide in 5 seconds.
I will stay. Because
helicopter. A lifeboat was supposed to arrive for you, remember? You don't board the helicopter, but unfortunately, your new friend did. The chopper quickly darts away into the stars. Yes, it was a UFO. That's when the lifeboat arrives. Congrats!
There we got it. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Alright. I didn't think it was going to get that bad, but it does after a little while, and yeah, we're gonna go to the PC, but maybe fireworks going on, so I have to listen a little bit, but we did make that one. Get 5. Test your problem solving. So no, we're not. No, that's good. That's good for this one. But yeah, I do like this game. I don't know why. It's so crazy. It's yeah, I will be back. I'm gonna try not to play as many songs this time. And that was kind of the problem last time. I can't really talk about which ones, but yeah, that's how. The other deal is let me think here. I have to look. What is that called? BR view. BRP. That's the other thing I keep having a problem with. But we're gonna try anyways. So, if we do play music, I will turn it down lower. Because I don't know what kind of music texture they got, but man, it's a pretty good one. So, yeah, it's... Most of the time I can get away with it. Well, I don't know. For most people I can. But yeah, some people can't. I guess. So sorry about that. So we're gonna shut this down and see if it'll work. If it don't, then we'll be playing in the mode that I hate. It's like, there's this one dude that knows what that looks like, and I know what it looks like. Yeah, it's not the right ratio. The ratio is, if you're doing 21:3 or 21:9, you can definitely tell. Alright, let me go to, hold on. Yeah, but we definitely need to get this game. And yeah, I'm about to hear it. Because we're gonna go back to my other room because it's like kind of warm in here at this point. So let me get us out of this real quick. Not real quick, but yeah, hold on. Kind of forgot to get out of it. I think you have to go to the bottom. Okay, never mind. Alright, then I will start the other one. So, and then hopefully they're not shooting off 10,000 fireworks, but